we sure can.
And you know what? We are live. We were having a conversation behind the scenes. But let's get started.
You're tuned into Rolling on the Road, special edition with Dr. Kimberly Barrington. Take it away.
We are so excited to have our guest here from Bel Air, Maryland. I'm telling you, our guests go crazy every time they hear Maryland. What? Yes. She has been rolling on the road since May 7th of 2020. That's been over 6 years. She has been a faithful viewer. She's been on several times, and I'm excited to have Shana Thomas on today. And I'm especially excited because now we have expanded into a TV network. So we are now PPTV network. We are Black, woman owned, disabled, and a veteran. So you guys have seen our new logo, the little the little hand with my little plant. That's me. That's my little hand. I love it. And I'm excited for you to be on today because we're going to do what we always been doing is amplifying the voice of the people. And she has chosen us, friends and neighbor, to tell her story. I should say to share her story, share her journey of how she has raised two young adults. They're young adults now. When they started, how old were they? Let me see.
Oh, wow. Let's see here, Dr. Barrington. When I acquired my disability, my son, he was what, five, four, three and a half, four, daughter going on two. And then when we started the YouTube thing with them, just briefly, 13, 14, and now they are 20 and 19.
Yes. So we've been hanging out a long time. If you guys, I don't know if you remember when we first started, she was teaching them how to cook. And so we were airing some of those videos on our platform of her teaching the children how to cook. Then we started having the conversation behind the scenes of um, revenue streams, and they were having some hair issues and skin issues. And so together they had created a, I, a body scrub. Yes, God,
Mhm.
the body scrub. I'm telling everybody. Am I having a moment? I think I'm having a moment with the body
Have
scrub.
at it. Have at
I'm
it.
having a moment with my body scrub, that and the body butter to go with it. And she was teaching them how to make it, and we would have conversations about it here on the show. And
Mhm.
so I'm just excited at the fact that I've got an opportunity to watch them grow and tell the story. And I'm excited for you today. We've been talking about this maybe for about a month or so of what should the title of the show be. And I think that it's fine. I need you to say it out loud.
Raising two young adults in uniform from a chair.
Now, make that make some sense. Hold on. We want to say welcome to the Chat GPT guru himself. It is Jay Sidney. Come on, y'all, give him a
Hey,
yes.
Jason.
We look. You got a little shout out all the way from hot Bel Air, Maryland. So we want to say thank you to him. Y'all ain't no stopping us now. Me and Chat GPT, we like this. Yes. And we appreciate him for coming on. Oh, we want to say thank you to Pat Wembley. That's Reverend Dr. Pat Wembley. Yes, I love her to life. Hey, Mother Pat.
Hello, Mother Pat. Thank you for joining us.
We appreciate you for joining us on today. I wait a minute. Okay, y'all know me. Okay, here my see. I got my little. I got my little tissue ready.
You
Got
you
my,
you were wise with yours. I didn't think about my tissue.
I
Shoot.
look. I already have my little tissue ready because I know it's just gonna be one of those, kind of stories as it begins to unfold. I want to start with one of our first shows back in 2020. And I want to say I was in an area where the internet wasn't good. So we kept getting cut off and we kept coming back. And we started with you talking about you being in therapy and putting the children in therapy once you got in the wheelchair. You want to start there, or did you think about another place to start?
Oh no, that would be a great place to start. And to actually give you some insight on that, it actually started December 2014, my grandmother passed away. On my father's side, I watched her take her last breath from lung cancer. So I
Mm,
saw that happen in December 2014. Then turn around February of 2015, my mother, who my grandmother on my mother's side, she passed away. So we dealt with that. And then April of 2015, I went into the hospital to get a treatment done called Suboxone, which is a
mhm,
high dose chemotherapy treatment.
uh-huh.
And it was for 5 days. And I was told that it's going to wipe out my whole immune system. I have to start all over again. It's going to treat me like I'm a baby. So I went in the hospital and did that for 5 days. But when I came home with a PIC line and no hair, I knew if my children had already experienced and having two deaths of both great grandmothers who have already has always been in their life, to lose those two, and then to turn around, mom comes home with a pick line and a bald head. I, I knew if it took me down, I knew it would have an effect on them. So
Mhm.
that's why therapy started. It started for me, and then I looked at it as this got to be a family thing because if it's affecting me, I know it's affecting them, but they're not going to tell me because they're kids. They don't know. They were in elementary school, so they don't know. So that's when I decided that we all would need therapy. Yes.
And I think that was our first conversation,
Hmm.
was talking about that and making that decision, and how there are many who aren't in a wheelchair that would not have made that decision. I think that's kind of where our conversation was going. Um,
Yes.
but just the admiring you for doing that. We want to say good afternoon to Dr. V. She is another faithful viewer who has also been a guest on here. She's from the D. She's over there in Detroit. So thank you so much, Dr. V, for joining us on today. She's another warrior that I think we need to have that conversation about her story. You know,
Yes.
uh, at that time, were you in the wheelchair, or it was right before you were going to be in the wheelchair?
It was right before I was in the wheelchair. hmm That we started that process May. By the June 2015, we had moved into our new home. Everything all on one floor. What a coincidence. Moved into a new
Mm,
home, a rancher style home, moved
hmm.
into it. And next thing you know, we were in June. By July, end of August, mid August, I was in a wheelchair.
Wow.
Mhm.
Was it from the treatments?
Well, 5 years prior, I was told by the doctor that I would end up in a wheelchair, but he didn't know when. But he did explain to me that eventually I would end up in a wheelchair. Hmm.
What do you do with that information?
To be at your lowest of your low, I can honestly sit here and tell you, Dr. Burrington, I, I told my mom I felt like I was a failure. I was useless. I was bitter. I was angry. I was mad. I was upset because this is not supposed to happen to me. I said, I have to take care of my children. Who going to take care of them? And if I can't do for them, I know nobody else is. Although I did have family, thank God for family and godparents and support, because I can honestly tell you it was a lot of things that I couldn't do and I felt the worst about it, but I always had family to back me up in those areas. And at that time, I didn't look at it as being grateful. I looked at it as being mad, bitter, angry, and upset because I supposed to do those things, not them. I supposed to do those things.
Whew, see, I'm telling you, this is I gotta,
Yeah.
because I can feel it in here.
Hmm.
I can feel it in here. And I was older than you, so my babies were grown, but I had grandbabies. And the thought that I could not be the grandmother that I had wanted to be. So I
Hmm.
understand that feeling
Yes.
of not being able to do the way you had expected.
Hmm.
And what did that look like? I remember, my caregivers having to help me take care of my grandchildren when they would come. But I appreciated my daughter. I will have to say, I do appreciate her not allowing me to wallow or have a
Yes.
pity party, because she was like, "Oh, you still gonna be a grandmother? I don't care. We'll figure out a way. If I got to strap them, to the back of the wheelchair. Oh, you gonna be a grandmother, and you are babysitting." I was like, "Little girl, let me tell you something. I am a vertical hapleplegic, and you talking about you want me to take care of a baby and change some diapers? I got to put on my own diapers. Somebody else putting a diaper on me.
Hello.
Come on now. This was at the beginning, and I'm like, what?"
Hmm.
So you feel, that feeling is still the same of wanting to care for, you know, a child, whether it's your child or your grandchild, that feeling is still there. And
Yes.
definitely I can feel it all up in here, and I'm, whew, okay. Yeah. Wanting to be at the hospital and she's steady having babies, and oh, I'm gonna make this work. I'm gonna be in the hospital. I'm catching babies. I'm doing whoop, catching one handed. Oh, I'm gonna catch me a baby. And I appreciate the fact, I got to cut cords. And so, yes. So
Hmm.
you out there watching, life don't stop. You still have to be a mother. You still got to be a grandmother. Still got to be a sister, a cousin, an auntie. It it don't stop.
No.
It don't. I am glad that your village did not allow you to stay stuck there.
Yes.
I'm
Absolutely.
I'm glad. I
And
am. Hmm.
until this day, I can say thank you, God, but thank you to the family members and the godparents who, when I say they stepped up, Dr. Burrington, living with a disability, you don't get that much income. So I had my cousin Karina, she would get back to school shoes and uniforms. We had my mother who was going to take my son get a haircut, her buying things, his godmother buying things and stepping up. Then I had my cousins who were taking them to places where I couldn't take them to. My mother, everyone taking football games because Colin, although I was in my wheelchair, I still wanted them to have a normal life. What I consider normal is you still live your life, be a child, have fun. So yeah, I signed them up football. You go play football. How I'm gonna get you there? I don't know, but you go play football. Shania wants to run track. How am I get you there? I don't know, but you're going to go run track. And somehow God made a way.
Girl, wait, oh, hold on. Let me do this right here. What did it say? I'm gonna do this right here. Cause I just feel it. I feel it. I feel it down in my shando. Y'all need to put y'all sanctified hands together. Okay. Okay. My son went to college, and when he came back, it's like my mom was in a chair and
Mm,
he's playing college ball, and we're sitting here trying to figure out how we're gonna get to practices, how I'm gonna get to games. I want to give a shout out to Uber. Sometimes they they're not like it was back then at some point, but where we stayed, we had drivers that worked that area and knew our schedule, and they would always come and get us on Fridays for them games. And that I appreciated because I was not about to. I've been to every game from the time that he started in um, what they call little touch football,
mm-hmm.
all the way up middle school. Then he went to high school and played football. And then it's like, okay, now he's in college. Oh, I'm not missing a game because I'm in a wheelchair. I'm not missing no game. And, and them Uber drivers will come and get us. Half of the time, they wouldn't even charge us because of the fact that, oh my goodness, you're still living life. My son was picking me up, putting me in the car, folding up the chair,
Mm,
and then I mean, he just doing his little thing. We out there on the field. The team treated me so well. It wasn't no way I was gonna miss a game.
that's right.
It wasn't no way. And that is the biggest thing is that I need you to live your life. You need to be able to live it. You do. And your life
Yes.
shouldn't stop just because, I can't even say, well, my life stopped. You can't
No.
even say, well, your life stopped. Uh-oh. We need some power. It's telling me my battery's low. There we go. You can't even say,
No.
no, we can't. We can't. The time is now, what is that? 18 minutes after the hour. It is 3:18. If you are in the state of Michigan, it is our 2026 midterm elections. Please get out to the polls. If you saw the video, yes, I wheeled my little self right on down the street and went to first, I think it's called First Cutlerville, and I voted. Yes, I did. I got out there and they were so kind. Y'all, I'll show you the video. I did a video after I voted. I appreciated them so much. So I want to shout out to the team that was working the precinct for 6 and for 8. So the sixth and the eighth precinct are together. I am precinct number 8. And I want to tell that team, whoop, whoop. Hold on, wait a minute. You can do better than that. In fact, I'm going to give her name. Lord, I hope did I tell her I was going to say her name? I don't know. But I don't think she has a problem because she let me take a picture with her today. And we posted it. Let me see. I think this should be her. Yes. Her name is Shelly Heisinger. All right, y'all put your hands together for Shelly Heisinger. When I came into the room, everyone was kind, and she had found a space for me to be able to vote. She moved a chair out of the way so I could wheel up to the table, and she had everything all situated. So while I was checking in to vote, she had everything set there. All I had to do was turn, and she's like, "Here you go." She was acting like an usher at church, y'all, and had my space available for me to be able to vote. So shout out to Precinct 8 in Byron Township to Miss Shelley Heisinger. Yes, yes, yes. All right, mother. Are you there? Are you froze? You still there? You still with us?
I'm here.
You
I'm
still
still
rolling?
here. Mm-hmm.
We have a comment. Let me see. I'm put these glasses on. So uh, here we go. We got a nice comment from Jason. Did it show? Okay, click show. There we go. So
Mm-hmm.
Jason says, God knows what we can handle. We just have to trust God in the process. Unpack that right there.
I had to learn that. I had to learn. That's what I had to learn, to trust the process and to
Yeah.
know that he wouldn't put more on me than I can bear. Also, it's okay to take help when you need it. Still
Mm-hmm.
try to do things on your own if you can, and it's okay. So, yeah, I had to learn that. Trust the process. Thank you, Jason. I had to learn, and I'm still learning. But yes, absolutely right.
I agree. I agree. It was July 4th of this year of 2026. And I mean, you can Google me. Anytime I tell somebody, just Google me, you'll find me. Google me through the AI mode, and it'll give you everything about me. You'll see pictures, you'll see videos. Uh, it gives you the whole 9 yards. And here it is. I got a phone call from a congresswoman's team that, hey, she says she wants you to be in the 4th of July parade with her.
Mhm.
This is the time that we're going to meet. I'm like, okay. I said, wait a minute, hold on. I'm checking my phone. I'm like this, like, hello. Are you sure you called the right person? They're like, oh yeah. And I said, she asked for me. I was like, yeah. I'm doing a Mr. Brown on them. Y'all put me on the ballot and voted. It's like, yes. I show up. She soon when she gets there, so I meet the whole team that's going, and all of a sudden I hear somebody screaming my name from across the way and runs up and grabs me, and I'm just like, oh my goodness. She's like, Dr. Barrington is here. Yes, that's the person I want to see. And we're doing this parade together. They're doing video of us coming down the street. Wonderful. And I'm like, wow. I got asked. One congresswoman comes in from Washington, D.C. and says, hey, out of all the people, there are 10 million people in Michigan. 10 million. Count them, friends and neighbors. 10 million. And I'm getting a personal phone call. That speaks volumes. So I got to really set up so that you see the gravity of all of it. And I call an Uber to come and get me once the parade was over. She's with me. Her whole team is with me. They even had a person assigned. His name, I can't say his name out loud, but anyway, had this wonderful young man
That
who
was
was
pushing.
that was assigned to push me in the parade if I
Mhm.
came in my manual. And I said, "Are you serious?" They said, "Oh yeah, we got everything all set up. That we have somebody that's gonna." I said, "They gonna talk behind my back and push me around?" They're like, "Absolutely." I said, "Okay." I'm staring there with the team. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to call an Uber. This is where I'm going to have them to meet me. He takes me down there. He waits with me until the Uber comes. So she just sees this guy standing here next to me. She's thinking that I'm picking something up. And he's like, you good, Dr. Kimberly? And I said, oh, yeah, thank you so much for the day. And he walks away. And I put my bag and everything inside the car. I get myself in and I asked her, I said, can you please put my wheelchair, in your trunk? She turns and she looks at me. She goes, oh, no, I didn't see all of that. Had I known you were in a wheelchair, I wouldn't have came and got you. That is not part of my job description. I only drive. I I just looked at her and I'm like, what? She says, oh no, my her reason is because she got a bad arm. And I said, ma'am, I'm in a wheelchair.
Hmm.
And she said, well, you need to find a way to put it on the app that when you ask for a ride, let people know, because I'm not coming to get you.
Oh.
I'm not coming to get you because I don't do that.
Mm.
I just said, okay. So she gets out the car. She puts my wheelchair in the trunk and she gets in the car. I live about 20 minutes from the parade site. Her expectation is that she was going to complain the whole 20 minutes.
Mm.
No, ma'am, that's not going to happen. I told her, you made your point. I appreciate you getting me home. I said, and trust, I'll make sure that I don't hit you again. And I took this picture of myself sitting in the back of the car, and it was if she only knew who she had in the car with her. If she only knew.
Mm.
And it's people like that will make you feel bad about being in your
Yes.
wheelchair. That is part of the process. That's the most difficult. Okay. Mm.
Sure. You got it.
That's the difficult part of the process. That's the most difficult part.
And we still have to keep trusting.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What have been some of your moments like that?
I can honestly tell you, Dr. Burrington, my first trip outside using my wheelchair at a Walmart, and I'm just stopping and letting everybody go. I'm just letting them go before go. Just you go, you go. And it took my son and daughter to tell me, let them wait. They're no different from you. They can wait. No, you go. And I'm like, no, 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 no. My daughter took the knob on the wheelchair and proceeded to roll me right in. And I sat there and I froze. I don't know if it's because this is my first time being out in the public in a wheelchair or I'm getting the looks. And I think I
Mm.
froze, and that put a little fear in me, and thinking that people are looking at me because I don't know what they're thinking, but this is my first time out in a wheelchair, and I feel like I'm being looked at. Maybe judge. I don't know. But I can honestly say I've experienced it where I was afraid to move around. I wanted others to go before me. And I had to learn from teenagers that they can wait.
Wow.
Mhm.
Ooh. It's now 28 minutes after the hour. It is 3:28. And we want to say thank you so much for tuning into Rolling on the Road Special Edition. Our guest today is Miss Shana Thomas. And I know it seems like we've been all over the place, but sometimes you got to know the backstory to get to the story now. And so we have just spent some time, catching you up of what life was like before she was in a wheelchair and some of what she experienced when she first started using the wheelchair, and just how long we've known each other. We've known each other for 6 years through a few businesses and doing some shows together,
Mhm.
and then even having time here on Rolling on the Road, taking up time when I had to be out because of medical and other things. Her show came in, so I really appreciate that.
Thank you,
I,
Dr. Burton.
and
Thank
she
you.
even was on WKTV 25 here in,
Yes.
in Michigan. So we definitely have a great history together. Now your son is the oldest.
Yes.
When did he tell you that? he wanted to serve, and where did he want to serve?
It just Dr. Burton. It took Colin some time to figure himself out after high school. He took a year off and he said, Mom, I'm just gonna work. I said, okay, fine. He worked. Colin then did everything from KFC, frying some chicken. Colin went on to doing landscaping work, lifting trees, chopping up concrete, laying
Oh,
asphalt, cleaning gutters, name it, he can do it. So, and then he did a little episode of going to college and wanting to do cybersecurity. And then he said, Ma, I want to continue to go to school, but I don't want to pay for it. I said, Well, you get out there, you get some scholarships and things like that. He said, No, Ma, I'm going to work for Harford County. This is the county we live in. And I'm like, What
mhm.
are you going to do? He said, Mommy, I'm going to become a correctional officer. I said, okay, if that's what you're going to do. He said, Yeah, that's what I'm going to do because you know what, my great benefits and they're going to pay for school. I said, Oh, okay, fine. Because in his mind, he got to have more than one income, but he wants to have a cybersecurity business where he said he can work while he's sleeping. So I said, okay, fine, go for it. He went off to become a sheriff deputy here in Harford County, and he is now at the correctional office, well, Harford County Detention Center, where he's a correctional officer. He's going to spend a year there and then go off and do law enforcement. So I'm here for it. I'm here for it. And you want to know one thing I can honestly say, and it's not because he's my son, it's because I am proud of the young man that he is becoming because he
Mhm.
told me, he said, Ma, it's a lot of the guys in there that suffer with mental illness. And he
Mhm.
says some of them talk to themselves. He said, Ma, I had one guy, he walks in his own urine and feces. And he said, Ma, I had to tell him, open up his gate. Somebody give me a mop and bucket. We got to clean this up. Just because he has mental issues, you don't let him walk in his own feces and own urine. He's still a human being. And he said, Mommy, I can sit there and I hold a conversation with this guy and we talk. And he's very intelligent. And he said, Mine, you just got to treat them like they're human beings, regardless of what they done. You still treat them like they're human beings. And I
Mhm.
said, You got that right. So I can honestly say my grandmother parents are working because no matter a person's background, she still loved and took care of them if she could. So it passed on to him.
And he's how old now?
20,
Mm. Then came the conversation with your daughter, and she's now how old?
19.
And she is.
Oh my goodness, she is Private Hill. She is a military police officer. When I tell you, I had plans, Dr. Burnton. Ain't that something how we had plans for other people's lives? I
Right.
had plans. My baby, she ran track. She was the captain of the track team at our high school. Newspaper clippings, videos. My baby gonna run track. Four colleges wanted her for track. And you know what
Mhm.
she told me? She said, Ma, I need you to go somewhere with me. I said, okay, where we going? We're going around to the recruiting office. I said, what recruiting office? What's going on there? She said, Mommy, I want to go into the army. I said, to do what?
Oh
She
my
said,
goodness.
she said, I want to go in the army. And I said again, to do what? What are we doing? She said, Mommy, just come with me. I said, okay. So she get me out of her car, put me in my wheelchair, and she rolls me into the recruiting office. And the recruiter, whose last name is Hill, says, Hi, Mommy. Your daughter been talking about you a lot. I said, is that so? She said, yes, my daughter worked at Friendly's, which was a couple of feet away from the recruiting office. I said, oh, okay. And we sat down and they talking and we signing papers. And she looked over at me and started crying. And she said, Mommy, the only reason why I was going to go to college is because you wanted me to. That's the only reason why I'm going to go visit. But she said, really? I don't want to do that, mommy. I said, you don't? She said, no. Tears running down my face. She said, mommy, I want to go into the army. I said, well, you know what, Toots? If this is what you want to do, I'm going to ride with you all the way. I got your back. And we signing off them papers and she crying, I'm crying. And as soon as we got finished, the lady said to us, well, mommy, you know, you can become her dependent and you go wherever she goes. And I said, no, let her have her life and do what she want to do. Shania said, no, mommy, I got to take care of you. And this is the one of the ways that I can take care of you. And
Ooh,
yet, I'm sitting back and I'm thinking, no, 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 you got to do this for you. This is what you want to do. You doing it for you. Don't worry about me. I'm going to be okay. She said, yeah, Ma, I know. I'm doing what I want to do, but I want to make sure that you're taken care of. I
yes.
said, okay. I said, whatever you want to do, let's do it. And it's been a journey. I'm learning to be strong. I'm proud of those two, considering everything that they've been through. They can handle anything. They can handle anything, Dr. Burnton, from if they can lift their mother up and help her use the bathroom, if they can tell a nurse or a doctor or a caregiver, no, you can't do this. You have to do this with my mom. No, 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 no. Pick her out, pick her up, and we're going to walk with her. She's not using the Hoyer lift. This is how we're going to do it. And Dr. Burnson, my son has been doing this since he was 5 years old.
Ooh,
And if they can come here and help take care of their mom, they can do anything out there in the world.
they can. Oh my goodness. See, I I want to say thank you to my neighbor Carol Englishman for tuning in. I just love her. She is a wheelchair user as well, and yeah, she's a beautiful soul. Beautiful soul. Something about us, us girls in our chairs. And to you guys, yeah, you guys. But right now, this is a girl. We're having a girl moment. Just want y'all to know we're wow,
Yeah,
we're having a moment.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. I know about that sun lifting you up and getting you in and out of the chair. Yep,
I tell you, well, I mean, God does things for a reason.
he
We may
does.
not know why. We may not understand, but He does it for a reason. And I can say everything that we've been through,
Hmm.
the two children that I've raised and family members helped me raise, have
Hmm.
went on to break a lot of generational curses.
That, ooh, 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 ooh,
Yes.
ooh.
Uh,
This, oh, okay. This definitely has been an emotional roller coaster on today. I love, I love your shirt. I
oh,
love it.
yes. Yes, I am. I'm a proud mom of a soldier. I am.
That part.
Hmm.
That part. I'm excited because you allowed me to come in alongside you and your children,
Oh, yes.
and to be able to be Auntie Kim and
Mhm.
send things, and then them to send me little messages back. I uh,
I called Dr. Burks. I need you to pray for me. Pray for Shania. Yes. Hmm.
this is one of those things where, or I should say, one of those times where this is a group victory.
Yeah, it is.
It's
Mm-hmm.
individual. It's an individual as well as a tribe, and that's what we have become. Is this tribe that we have trekked with each other, and it's as if we have always been together.
Yes.
It's as if we've always been together, even with the children and them and the little notes when I would get my, body butter and the scrub. And I mean, you guys just got a tip of the iceberg. I'm gonna say just the tip of it. We're probably gonna sit down and let's kind of pin some of it out because we definitely have great footage from over the years of our conversations together that can be,
Mhm.
you know, put together of what we're thinking, what we're feeling in that moment.
Yes.
I mean, and to see them now, I mean, even with Shania experiencing a moment where she may not, wouldn't be able to stay in the service, even that piece. But to
And
know that, huh?
and not to cut you off, she got a promotion. She's now in a private too, and she's been a year in the army. July 27th made a year, and she's now in a private too. Isn't that something?
Yes, definitely. Because she has a story to tell from her experience, with that.
Yes.
But being able to look at her mother, who was the example of knowing that she can make it through this
Mhm.
because mommy did. Mommy can do this. Yes, there's
You-
nothing I can't do.
Yes.
There's
Whew.
nothing I can't do. The Bible says that it was good for me to have been afflicted.
Mhm.
And I remember reading that scripture, and just that piece always stood out to me. And we have to, when we exegete the text, we always got to make sure, okay, now here comes my PhD, that you got to read, what comes before and what comes
And after.
after, so that you get the true context of the meaning of the scripture. All right, that was Bible study for just a second. Excuse me, y'all. But that resonated with me so well when I started looking at what I was experiencing, and then meeting you and the process and gleaning things from you. There, oh my goodness, I wasn't about to go to no therapy or no wheelchair. I don't want to talk about. I'm not about to talk about all of this and how this makes me feel and the things that were going on. But talking to you and watching your journey and seeing the difference that it definitely makes, especially for those that are around you. Um, I want to say thank you. Thank you.
Mhm. Thank you, Dr. Barrington.
Thank you
Thank you.
for your personal courage, your bravery, and just being an example to me. Because I like to learn things from people as well.
Well, I thank you for teaching me a whole lot of things. Thank you. Mhm. Okay. Thank you.
Now I'm getting shy. I don't, yeah, you're going to make me blush. I already been crying the whole show.
I know, isn't that something? But no, honestly, Dr. Burnton, thank you. You showed me what a businesswoman looks like. You showed me that it doesn't matter because you live with a disability, you can do it. You showed me to not be afraid. You showed me to hold my head up high. You showed me that I matter. And you showed me to do it with grace. and excellence and be proud. So you do a whole lot, Dr. Burton. You're educated, you're beautiful, and you're not ashamed of what you've been through. You love sharing your story and you love helping others. And if Dr. Burton sees something good in you, go for it with it because she know what she's talking about and she know what she doing. Hmm. Yes. So I thank you very much.
Well, with that being said, there's nothing else that's left to be said. Tune in tomorrow at 3 p.m. Yes, our time has moved up to 3 o'clock. Um, yeah, Eastern Standard Time. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, Sydney. I'm going to put that up there. I definitely, that's nice to hear from a man.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you,
That,
Jason.
that is so nice to hear from a man. Tune in tomorrow when my guest will be John Hoskins, and he is putting on. If you are from Western Michigan, let's come all the way into Grand Rapids, and you attended Ottawa Hills Elementary, Iroquois Middle School, and Ottawa Hills High School at any time in your educational career. They are having a 3-day weekend beginning on Friday, and it'll culminate on Sunday with a service. They will have church. So they're asking for everybody to come out. I think their colors are orange and black, if I'm not mistaken, and they are Indians. So you guys need to come on out. He's going to be here on tomorrow. And on Thursday, we have a young man that has written a book that tells you uh, it's all about disability from the time that you've been diagnosed
Mm.
until the end and how to live your life. He's finally put it together. He said I think it took him like 10 years to do it. So again, that's going to be on Thursday at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We have a full week, and I do believe we have a disability rights attorney coming on Friday. He's nationally known. So stay tuned for that. We got a packed week here at PPTV. We are excited for our new platform. Oh, and Jason said that he finished his book as well. So we'll have you come on, Jason, talk about the book. All right. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. I want to give you this is not the final word because we're gonna put a comma because we'll come back and we'll still have more conversation. But what do you want to say to the people to encourage them as we leave out?
Don't be afraid. Do it. Never give up. Never quit. It may get hard sometimes, but you still keep on going. I love you all and thank you for your support.